Hey, how y'all doing out there? This is easy work boxing, baby. About to hit you everywhere, but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. How y'all doing out there today? Gotta go in on Jaron Ennis. No hate on the man. Black man out there getting money. But when I go in, I go in. To me, Jaron Ennis has been getting a lot of acknowledgement in the sport of boxing, which he deserves. He risks his life out there every day. But at the same time, I feel like he hasn't fought caliber competition for his name to constantly be mentioned and saying that he will come and take over 147. In my opinion, they should make Jaron Ennis fight Virgil Ortiz, since these two fighters at 147 are getting so much acclaim as if they were the big names at 147. I would love to see Jaron Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz. Now, I'm doing a little research. I told you I watch boxing all day, came across Gary Russell, Antuanne, Gary Russell. And, I went to watching him and Gary Russell and Jaron Ennis and, the amateur fights. Now, of course, people going to come in and they're going to say, hey, the amateurs is the amateurs. That don't mean nothing about what happened in the amateurs, and that was years ago or whatever. Now, at the same time, yes, the amateurs is the amateurs and the professionals are a different league, but at the same time, Mr. Jaron Ennis lost 3 times to Gary Russell Jr. Antuanne Jr. Antuanne Russell. Let me say Antuanne Russell, shall I say. So to me, that tells me that Mr. Jaron Ennis has a problem with Southpaws. Yeah, he got a problem with Southpaws. So he's saying that he's going to beat Errol Spence Jr. He want Errol Spence Jr. Ain't going to beat him. He want Terrence Crawford. Ain't going to beat Terrence Crawford. Manny Pacquiao, no. Manny Pacquiao too much of a dog. Manny Pacquiao's too much of a dog for him. He's a good fighter. He's a talented boxer. But I think once you get into his chest and you really want to fight him, like Gary Russell did, Antuanne Russell did, you can beat him. He has a problem with Southpaws. He's open for the right hook. Gary Antuanne Russell exposed that in the amateur bouts. He also was good hitting Gary Russell, Antuanne Jr. with his right hook. But at the same time, I noticed in that fight that if you pressure Jaron Ennis and if you are a southpaw and you use your right hook, if you're in his chest, you can. To me, Jaron Ennis comes across as a pretty boy fighter. And boy, pretty boy, I mean, he wants to sit there and just box you. He doesn't really want any contact, which is the game of boxing, hit and not get hit. But I see him as a fighter that's really out there, going out there to be pretty. He want to stand back, the long jab, hit you, which is good at the same time. But once he fights that good fighter that wants to fight him and really hurt him, and it's a 12-round fight and that guy's in shape, nah, Jaron, in my opinion, don't got it. I don't think he would beat Spence, Crawford, nor Manny Pacquiao. Neither one of them. Take nothing away from Jaron Ennis. I don't want nobody to be saying, oh, you hating on Jaron Ennis. And no, I'm not hating on him. But I already see from the amateurs that he has a problem with southpaws. I already see that. Gary Russell Antuanne Jr. is a southpaw, a fast southpaw who stayed in his chest. He beat him 3 times. Jaron Ennis beat him once. He said he had to fight 5 straight fights just to fight Jaron Ennis again. And he beat him. You see what I'm saying? So he got his number, and he's a southpaw. So that's my reason for saying this. Is no hate towards Jaron Ennis. I just feel that he's getting so much acclaim at 147 that he hasn't fought anybody. I would like to see him fight Virgil Ortiz or Omar Figueroa or somebody of that caliber before we give him so much acclaim as a superstar when he calling out all these title holders. And that's all I'm saying. I support him, so I wish him well. But when I talk about boxing, I speak my opinion. And that's all I really have to say about it. I think that Jaron Ennis in the future will be beat by a gritty fighter. Not necessarily a southpaw, but a fighter who stays in his chest and confuses him and ready to fight. and who's willing to go out there and, you know, if he have to, cause bloodshed to himself to win. Once Jaron Ennis fight that fighter, who throws that hook, catches him with them hooks, I think that's it for him. You know, I think he's a pretty boy fighter. Not hating on him. I think he's just a fighter that doesn't want to get hit, doesn't really want much contact, want to stay away, which is what boxing is supposed to be. But once you get in his chest, I think he'll lose. And that's it. It's easy work boxing, man. Thank y'all for y'all time. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I thank y'all for tuning in. Please hit your notification bells. Please comment to the channel. And please hit that like button. It's easy work boxing.